There we go. That was bad. Sorry. I was like, why is my mic muted? Oh, it's muted because you were listening to stuff through the speakers and that would give you feedback. Hey, why don't you unmute it without changing the speaker setting? All right. So I need to set my crop right. And transition that to full screen. Move the microphone just a smidgen. I'm sure I'll have to explain this several times over the next hour or so. But the new laptop that I got yesterday to replace the Razer laptop that they said was working as intended, which was not true. So hello, Marcus Stock and Nikashis. So the new Dell laptop worked fine and proved my test point, but it turns out that laptop had a bad battery, and so that battery ran down to 0 even while it was plugged in, and then would not charge at all. And so I ran the Dell utility that monitors the battery, and it's like, yes, this battery is bad. You can return it to us for free, and we'll replace it. And I was like, fuck that. I just bought this damn thing today, because this happened last night at Best Buy. I will take it back. And so now I don't have a Razer laptop, and I don't have a Dell laptop, and I don't have an Alienware laptop. What I have is an MSI laptop, which I'm going to set up here and play some Geoguessr in between. But yeah, when I figured out that the laptop from yesterday had a bad battery. Other than that, it was really nice, and I liked the 17-inch display, but I don't trust Dell's build quality, and not just because I used to work there, but because I talked to somebody who mentioned the number of RMA laptops they get in and how they're a lot related to batteries and stuff. So I opted to spend a little bit more, like $100, to get a different laptop that, while it has a slightly smaller screen, because the Dell had a 17-inch screen and this one has a 15, it also has a different graphics card. It's got an RTX 3060, which isn't as, like on benchmarks, the RTX 3060 comes out not quite as good as the 2070, but they're close enough that I'll just take it and have basically the latest gen of NVIDIA. So let's see. This one, okay. It's pretty much standard now. And there'll be a box with the laptop inside the box. And then the power supply. So this power supply, I mean, this looks a lot like the one on the Dell that I had yesterday. What is it? It's 230 watt. So it's slightly smaller than the brick I had yesterday. Still running 8700K and a GTX 1080 Ti. Yeah, my old system in the other room is basically on par with that, and it works just fine. I needed to buy a laptop because I'll be traveling more, and I want to be able to do the shows and stuff when I'm on the road. I want to be able to go down and visit Kristen and do things and have fun without having to go, well, I have to skip the shows or I can't do the shows. So I wanted to get a nice enough laptop to do that. And I've never had an MSI laptop, but I've heard good things. And so what we're going to do is the same thing we did yesterday, which is why I named the stream about Deja Vu. We're going to set up a brand new laptop while I play some Geoguessr. And then And then when I'm done, I will do the same test that I did yesterday, which proved Razer wrong. And now I will have proved Razer wrong on 2 different laptops from 2 of their competitors. And I'll be contacting Razer after all of this. So the specs on this, by the way, this is a 15.6 inch LED panel at IPS level 240 hertz. It's a Core i7 10750H processor and a GeForce RTX 3060 with a 1 terabyte SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. And it's Windows 10 64-bit. But let's see. I will say that the 17-inch Dell, not only did I like the bigger screen, I really liked the keyboard layout on it. And although the laptop was slightly heavier. So this is a nice sturdy box with their logo on it and a sticker on the bottom with my serial number and stuff. I like that. I hope it's as easy to open as it looks because I don't want to drop this. Yeah. All right, so we got basically a little pack with their quick guide in it. This would be the worst unboxing video ever because I'm not really showing you much. I was supposed to be in a meeting at 10, but I was at Best Buy returning the other one. Super excited to get to go home after being in a hospital for a month. Can't wait to be home. Awesome, Very Wary Bear. I'm glad you're going to get to go home. That's great. Great news. All right, so the MSI laptop, it's not only in a plastic bag, it's also in a black kind of anti-dust cover as well. So, cool. Can't wait to see how this works. Okay, well, we took off some protective film. All right. So we have a full-size HDMI port, which is good. Plenty of ventilation. It's like a Thunderbolt power, USB, 2 more USBs. Ethernet and earbuds. Doesn't appear to be any sort of SD card interface on here, which is, I don't really need it that much, but it's a little surprising. Most of the higher end laptops I've run across all had, sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things, got distracted. Most of them had SD card readers, which is one thing I'd kind of like. But I've got SD card readers that I can add onto it externally. Nice, a good protective cover over the screen itself. All right, well, let's push the power button. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, let's play some Geoguessr. Do I play any console games? Yes, lots of them. I just don't tend to play them on stream. I don't have any of my consoles hooked up to this, but Excited about the winner of the candidates. Personally, I can't wait for a match between Carlson and Nepo. I'm I mean, I wasn't all that excited or thrilled. I was interested to see who it was, and I'm looking forward to, yeah. There's an interesting stat. I think Nepo actually has the lead over Carlson in classical games, but I don't think there's enough data there to draw any conclusion. All right, so we're going to continue in English.
Hi there, I'm Cortana.
And you've been muted. So, yes, Deja vu ready. There you go. There's new Cortana again. Any interest in new Pokemon Snap? I don't care about anything Pokemon ever. I'm sure that takes me off somebody's Christmas card list, but no, I was a Magic the Gathering guy from the get-go. I never gave one. Pokemon was for little kids. Now, I realize that's wrong. That's not accurate, but that was my view at the time, and so I never got into it. Okay, I'm setting up the network. Now they're starting their setup with Windows. So we'll have a couple hours here in between reboots and logins. And I'll be monitoring the installation of everything. And then we'll get to the point where we'll check the battery to make sure this battery isn't defective the way the Dell one was. And go on from there. Do I have a favorite movie or franchise? I literally despise being asked questions about favorite anything because it can change day to day. It's silly to compare Aliens to Avengers. I just don't think in terms of like an all-time favorite. So it's pretty rare. I will say that the font on the keyboard is kind of weird. Well, I've just turned down running Microsoft 365. And now I'm telling Cortana I don't need their help. Okay, so let's start around a Geoguessr. Wait, Mikey B, I went back and rewatched you versus Samuel on Did Jesus Fulfill Prophecy. Jesus, guys didn't posit one valid prophecy that you both could discuss. They seem to be getting worse in their well-worn arguments. Well, it's not like he's a known or, anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so Are we in Sweden again? Or Finland? This feels Scandi. And I'm not talking about the chess opening. Rawr, rawr, rawr. You're a nut for bad movies. Well, I have a lot of bad movies that I really, really like. And some of them, like I just rewatched They Call Me Trinity the other day, which is just outstanding. And now I want to watch Trinity Is Still My Name, even though it's not quite as good. It has the more popular scene in it. Oh, wow. Okay. Windows is already loaded up and saying all kinds of stuff. Yeah. It's Terrence Hill and Bud Spencer. Have I played the Spencer and Hill game? I don't know. No, I have not. So we're going south. Driving on the left. If we don't see some kind of big sign here soon. Why would you tell me my OneDrive is full when I told you not to fucking use OneDrive, Windows? You're really going to irritate me today. That's not a good thing. Because this will be the third time I've set up Windows. Fourth time I've set up Windows in a month. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go back to the start. Tilde over the O? Is that a thing in Estonia? I think so. Okay. A little less than 2 minutes, but. So we're on a north-south highway. All right, let's see if we can find Kutsi. Was it Yogi? So that's Estonia for river. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're in Estonia, but I'm not going to pretend to really know where. It could also be Finland. Finland was my first guess, but I talked myself out of it. So there we go. 55 miles away. 4,769 points. So we did pretty good considering all I knew was Estonia, and then it becomes let's look at roads, and yeah. I wouldn't have found it even zooming in closer looking for names. So we were definitely in Estonia. Let me do a little bit of work here on this laptop. I'm setting Chrome as the default browser. All right, now I'm installing this software for my Razer mouse. All right, let's see. Hey, Jim, how did the meeting go? Sorry I couldn't be there, but I didn't want to show up 40 minutes late, so. Good afternoon from sunny Denmark. Welcome. You should fare well if you're ever taken captive, blindfolded, and placed out in the middle of nowhere. I should. Well, I can't quite move that fast, but yes, kidnapping simulator. That would be great. Have you ever debated Ken Ham? No. There's no reason for anybody to debate Ken Ham. Bill Nye should not have debated Ken Ham, but at least it didn't go as badly as it could have been. And not because there's any fear of losing. It's just that was a win-win scenario for him. In that if he loses the debate, which he did, then he gets to say, oh, I have mail? Okay. If he loses the debate, then he gets to go say, hey, we're losing, we need more money. And if he wins the debate, he gets to go say, hey, we're winning, but we need more money. So, all right, let's do round two while the rest of this stuff is installing over here on my fourth laptop in a month. Okay. The cold, the snow. This is not EU. Those buildings, this looks like Mongolia almost. It's interesting that division of labor is in English. I mean, this could be anywhere up here. All right, let's see if we find something else that tells me more what it is. Oh yeah, labor is spelt wrong. I'll say wrong. I know you didn't. See that. I'm sticking with my gut, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go somewhere out in Mongolia. I don't know enough about the area to really say. I want to stick northern, and I don't want to be too far from a major place, so just because I wouldn't imagine they would have exhaustively covered all the roads in Mongolia now. Out there is not bad, but we're on a north-south highway. So I'm going to drop right here. Well, that wouldn't make sense. There's no town type thing there. Let's drop out here. Let's see what we did. Holy crap, 96 miles. Wow. Ulaanbaatar. We were quite close to the capital. Good job, Milbrand. That's pretty good considering I know nothing about Mongolia to get that close. Just at a guess. All right. The laptop is restarting, and then I'm going to have to do some Windows Update stuff on it, but we'll go and start the next round while it's rebooting. So yeah, we got 60 kilometer per hour road. The trees are a good mix of fur stuff. This could be Canada. I don't know so much about that yellow sign. I want to get over there. Can I? Yes, I can. Can I get all the way over? Yes, I can. So let's see what this is. Well, it's not Canada, and I don't recognize those flags. Mini Mercado. Yeah, but Pinamar doesn't tell me anything. I'm leaning South America right now. I'm just not sure where. So using dollar signs. It's not EU. We're South America. flags, but I don't know that, well, there's like Pepsi flag and stuff, so that's not what I'm looking for. That's the of the sun. Somewhere there's going to be a top level domain here. There we go. UI, it's Uruguay. So we're somewhere in Uruguay. But I don't think we're going to be crazy near the coast. So I'm going to drop out here first. And then we're going to see if we can find a highway. So we'll jump over here onto the highway and see what we can find as far as signs. We could just look for Panama, just in case it's big enough to show up on the map. Yeah, I don't know how big this town is to know whether or not it'll actually show up on the map. Wish it would show me. I only have like 19 seconds left, so I don't think we're going to get it. But it's flat. I don't think we're maybe that far from the coast. So oh well, how'd we do? 39 miles. So looking for Panama wouldn't have been good. But the Playa de Panama there. So yeah, 39 miles. Not bad. Let me update my laptop here. Let's see, what have I missed? Do you guys ever think about tipping your toes in peanut butter? Huh? But, okay, cool. I don't know that there is an explanation necessarily for deja vu. There's suspicion about, but I haven't studied it, so. Okay. Trying to get this. Yeah, this thing's downloading a bunch of important updates, and then we'll get everything. It'll take a while to get all the updates done. So let's see. Do I travel a lot? Well, not for the last couple of years, but when we're not in the middle of a global pandemic, I travel the world and speak and lecture and do debates and magic shows. So yeah. And then I was also in the Navy for 8.5 years. But most of these places I've never been to. Like, I've never been to Uruguay. Definitely never been to Mongolia. All right. Here we go. Round 4. We're in Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Myanmar. I feel like I've been here before. Milbrandt says Bangladesh. I can't dispute that right now. Although last time we did this, we were actually in Sri Lanka, but I'm good with Bangladesh as a starting point because it puts me, in the vicinity here. I don't think we're likely to find a top-level domain, at least not one that I can necessarily read. And I'm not good enough at recognizing the style differences, but there seems to be a lot of, like, Swiss-based things. We need to find, like, here's the name and number of the biggest highways around. Because right now, we're not finding shit. Would you debate COVID-19? As a topic, what is there to debate? I don't understand the question. I really don't think I'm going to be able to get a whole lot closer than I did. I'm not convinced this is Bangladesh. And it could be. There we go. Dhaka. Okay, well, I dropped just outside of Dhaka anyway, but they're advertising this university, Dhaka Road, Sector 7. That's where this is, and I'm going to guess that we're not going to be too far away from that, and yet a bit out of town. So there's the Atara section in Dhaka. But that's where the university is. It's not necessarily where we are. But if I go, well, I'm going to stay roughly out here where I dropped. Actually, I'm going to move over here. We're fact-checking Google Maps. I'm playing a game called Geoguessr. It's literally in the title of the stream. And yeah, you can... It drops you somewhere in Street View, and you have to pinpoint where you are in Google Maps. So I'm not fact-checking so much as playing an exploratory game. And people in chat can chime in and help confirm that, we're in Bangladesh. And that would have been obvious because there's Bangla Link. All right. Well, that's as close as I'm going to get. We were quite a ways away. I mean, considering the size of Bangladesh, I don't know that I could have been all that much further away. But still, 4,500 points. Let me check my laptop over here. Okay, it needs a restart, so we'll do that restart. And here we go. Not doing too bad. Round 5. I think there's blue on the license plate. Last time I saw those towers and that script, we were right out here, just outside of Mongolia. So I'm going to start there, and then we're going to go find some street signs or highway markers. Because we're on kind of an east-west road right now. Got wood and doing some lumber here. I may be a little too far south, but Russia's freaking huge, and I've never been there, so all right. Instead of going this way, will it let me go over here? Nope. All right, so ease on down the road this way. See if we see anything. Thanks for hosting, Shark. Hosting, Shark. Yeah, Russ is huge. We're potentially going to be off by a lot. I've seen those radio towers down in this vicinity. I'm just going to drop, and we're probably going to get like next to nothing. 1,300 miles away. Yeah. I will say that, we're not awful considering the size of Russia, and that I knew we were, But if you think about it, basically this band is where most of Russia is occupied anyway. But, all right, so here's our summary. 20,291 points. The last one in Russia was our bad one. So we'll try it again. Guess I'll have to learn Cyrillic now. I think I'll pass. I have a lot of things to learn that would be more important than that. Here we go. Brown, dirt road. Although this sign reminds me of like Australia, New Zealand's camps and parks. I mean, this feels African, obviously. Fishing, swimming along jetty sites prohibited. So we're at some park. Hurrah Ferry, Southern Bank. Boat trips to Murchison Falls. Yep, Uganda. Problem is, I've never been to Uganda, even in game. So and we're looking for a park. So the Hurrah Ferry and boat trips at Murchison Falls. How do I not find this like instantly? It's Queen Elizabeth National Park. There we go. So we're on the south side, right there. You go back to the initial starting point. Well, it just says the Hurrah Ferry crossing. I'm gonna trust that. 185 yards, 5,000 points. I almost didn't find it. I was like, where could there be Murchison Falls? And I had no no idea what to do with that at all. All right, so that's a good round in Uganda. In Uganda, where I've never been and know nothing about. Round two. Um, EU, and I always start immediately thinking France, Belgium, Spain. We got Volkswagens, Qashqai. Now that green, white, red on the car, would that happen to also tell me where we are? Oberdon. Okay. We're in Italy. That was kind of evident from the flag, although I wasn't sure if maybe the car was just made in Italy or sold in Italy. But see anything with like the name of the town or any big landmark? Via Oberdon. Here we go. Well, there's a Deutsche Bank we could go in and take out a loan. Hmm. I'm going to go kind of. I mean, we're in a big town, but it's not crazy big. So Florence, Bologna, that's where I'm leaning. Why is this other laptop making all kinds of noise? We have a minute 35 left. I'd love to nail this, but let's get out of that circle and see if we can find a big street sign. Oh, there's a fair. Museum of Archaeology. We could be right on the verge of it telling us exactly where we are. It's Grosseto? Where is that? Right there. I'll go with your Grosseto because I don't know any better. There's the Museum Archaeology. So where's this circle drive that we're close to? Right there. 4,997 points. We were 1,200 yards away. My laptop is installing new drivers. What's the furthest you've ever been off? I've gotten 0 points before. I've been on the opposite side of the world sometimes. Okay, it's trying to do Windows upgrade. If I play this, I'll probably pick the wrong continent half the time. You get good at it, you can learn stuff, and I've got help from chat because I wasn't going to get in Grosseto without KVD. So, 62. It's either Thailand or Cambodia. That's my hot spot. Highway 62. Let's see if we can find Highway 62. 117, 230. Let me check Cambodia. There's 68, and Cambodia has designs that's closer to this. We need to find Highway 62 in Cambodia. It's right here. Okay, and it runs all the way. Yeah, 62 runs from... We're staying all the way up here. So what's on the sign here? And we'll be going south to Phnom Penh. And Kampong Thom province. This may not be right. Like, this may not even be the right country. Kampong Thom. Okay. It's just I'm not seeing Phnom Penh at all. Yes, I met Hitch, but we never really had a conversation. I was at the event, which was his last public event. I don't think I'm going to get any closer than that. Oh, well, I've got 2 minutes and I'm dropped there. Let's see if we find something else that lets us narrow it down further. Hey, that says up to date. So we're going to pause updates. And then we're going to go to NVIDIA. Launch GeForce Experience. See if I get new drivers. Prairie VR City and Roving District is where we're forking here at 62. It doesn't give me any other road number other than 62, but okay, so there's Krong Prairie VR. I think that's splitting off 62 to there, south, so that would be about here. And then off to the right goes the Roving District. That's Kulian District offers, so that's not right. Apologies for all of the wrong pronunciation, which we're sure is that. Prairie VR province would be this direction. Yeah, we're right here. All right. I'm betting on it. Let's go. 38 miles. That's not bad. 48.37. I was more right when I dropped randomly than when I tried to sort out this thing. Oh, and it's because really. Hello, 42 Mayor King. That's probably the weakest attempt at trolling ever. So, welcome to ban. Gotta up your game. All right, we check drivers and let's download and install the latest game-ready drivers. Hello, Midmar, and hey to everybody else. All right, let's go to the next round because we're doing okay. Round 4. West Forks. Established 1893. Welcome. Bienvenue. We in Canada. I don't know where Dargendorf's been. I sent him a message. I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing well. But Lake Moxie, Indian Pond, Skohagen. This feels like Canada. But it says U.S. Route 201, so we have to be in a place that might as well be Canada. There's U.S. Route 201 right there. And there's Skohagen. We don't know where we are in relation to that. But we're on 201 at Lake Moxie. So Wood Pond, Parlin Road, Indian Pond Campground, up, and there's Moxie Falls Trail. So that is closer, I think. All right. Let's return to the start. So West Forks, right there. I was pretty close. I didn't even see West Forks, and we're pretty close. So that's West Forks. And we're where? Let's go in south. And then east is Lake Moxie and Indian Pond. But what road is that? Lake Moxie Road. Come on. You're really disappointing. Got 2 minutes left. There's Lake Moxie Road. We are right here. Let me double check. Because we're at the sign for West Forks. We're going to cross that river. Lake Moxie Road heads out there. We are literally next to Ballfield Road. This may be the closest one yet. Like, I don't think I can get any closer than that. 11 yards. That's bullshit. Look where it put the marker. It put the marker out by the damn sign that we were looking at. So that's, I mean, granted, it's still 5,000 points, but I'm more accurate than this actual flag right there. 11 yards is good. I get it. But come on. All right. Let me do an installation. Serious questions. How many Americans, percentage-wise, can name all 50 states? Like, just randomly off the top of their head? I don't know. Maybe 10%? It's really, I mean, then in New England's what's going to throw a chunk of them off, because you can just go, Alaska, Hawaii, and then, Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, and keep going down like that. And you could probably do, like, I'm not sure I'd get all 50 of them right off the bat, but it's not like there's a state I don't know. And we might have 51 states soon. I'm off to see the Carlson Nakamura final. Have a good one. Enjoy, Zernix. All right. Okay, there's a game ready driver installing. Let's play the next round, which is round 5. We've done really good. This feels like, oddly, Japan, Korea, but I'm probably wrong. Uh-oh. That's interesting. I think we're in Taiwan, but I don't know. Stonehouse Butterfly Farm, Fairy Story Village Organic Farm, Jim's Handmade Cake. That's a lot of stuff there. That doesn't look like the highway sign in Taiwan, though. See, Taiwan's got much more flowery highways. I mean, I love the fact that Google Maps puts the highway signs kind of correct there. But that's not this. This actually, I don't think this is Taiwan at all. I could be wrong. Could be one of the smaller inner roads that's a 30. Well, Taiwan was my first thing, but that highway thing doesn't look right. But I'm being told 100% Taiwan, no doubt. So, Guansing Wanshan. Let's see if we find it. Oh, there's Guanshan. Is that right? No. Guansing Wanshan. This just doesn't feel right. I don't want to doubt somebody who's that confident, but I wish I could read what that top one is. This is 30 at marker 4. I mean, nothing about the highway signs looks like Taiwan. I don't think there's street view. It would be in Hong Kong, but not there. Oh my God, I never made a guess and I ran out of time. It was definitely Taiwan, so good job there. But I don't for the life of me see. You have to get really close in, and then there's the 33-1. Well, shit, we blew it in the last round. If I would have just dropped a peg anywhere in Taiwan, we'd have gotten about 4,000 points, and we'd have been sitting at 23,000 or something. All right. That's done. That's done. All right. The battery is charged and plugged in. Let me get Steam downloaded and installed. Gamma Steam. How real? Whoops. If you can make it real. Install Steam. All right, let me get logged into Steam. Well, I can't call it that score. You don't get that score unless you do the work, and I forgot to drop. It's something I do frequently, is lose track of time, both in Geoguessr and in chess, and then forget to make the right move. The right move would have been dropping anywhere in Taiwan. And actually, I can tell you with really good confidence where I was going to drop, and I would have dropped near Taipei because there was so much tourist stuff there that I just figured that's about the only place we could actually be. So we would have been, however far that distance is, maybe 60, 70 miles, something like that. I honestly don't know. There's never any measure of distance on here, and it's always really difficult. All right, so let me log into Steam. All right, let me go to BRB screen. I will be right back. Okay. Let me go back to the Geoguessr transition screen right there. I'm really picky about wings. Pluckers is so good. Like, I won't eat Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings or any of that crap. They all taste terrible. Do you ever listen to Skeptic's Guide to the Universe? No? I mean, I've heard bits and pieces over the years, but I don't regularly listen to anybody's podcast. Get PC Mark set up. All right, let's see. What books am I reading at the moment? What makes you think I'm reading any books at the moment? I have a lot of books on my to get to list, and I'm not able to get to any of them because I'm doing other stuff right now. Okay, I'm installing benchmarks right now. Just thought a man like you would have had to get around. Would have had to get around. Okay. All right, so we're not going to play the same map again. Thinking, because I'm close to being... you would have thought I had time to get around to it. Okay. Clearly, you don't know my schedule. But that's fine. Undo my crop there. And let me change the stream. All right, so I updated the stream. I want to play some chess. If you have an account at chess.com and you want to challenge me, the name's Matt_Dillahunty. It's down there in the lower right. I'm going to play a game right now against a random person. And if you want to actually challenge me, just speak up in chat so that I know and I can save you a spot. But I'm just going to play some bullet chess. I'll accept challenges. I don't care if they're rated or not, as long as it's bullet or blitz, which means 5 minutes or less per side. Because I don't have time to play big, long games. Same reason I don't have time to finish reading some of the books I've been given. Oh, so I don't really do commentary along my chess because I can't really think in those terms at that speeds. And wow, I just screw up. Like massively, massively, massively screwed up. I'm almost out of time and I screwed up so bad. All right, good game. All right, was somebody going to challenge me or not? I didn't see anything pop up in chat. Laptop's still downloading new stuff. how original to copy somebody else's shit. If you play Left 4 Dead, I'm down. I don't even have Left 4 Dead installed. All right, I'm gonna try another 1-minute game. See if I do any better since I'm waiting for some stuff to install. Okay, so now it's on a white square, so that's good. Not much else to do there. All right, so I won that one on time. Let's see. Are we just doing happy fun time, or are we open to frustrating heavy topics? Well, you can try, but I'm just setting up a new laptop and playing games, so. Sending greetings from Czech Republic. Welcome, thank you. I'm watching you, Matt, instead of Sasha Grey, and I'm not even gay. That's what's Sasha doing? Does she stream on Twitch or? So I've always wanted to meet and talk to her. I haven't yet. Getting ready to run a benchmark here. I only caught one of your streams. I'm a fan. Well, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to try again. Just another 1 minute game against a random person. I'd like to get my rating back up. I've lost quite a few rating points because I was playing 30-second chess, which I'll show you guys like some 30-second games. It's awful. Whoops. Now you're going to move your queen to somewhere where I can immediately attack it. Because that'd be cool. But you didn't. There we go. One on time, not really good. Failed to start process pizza. Okay, the benchmark's now running. It wasn't running before. I got distracted. So let's see. Sasha Gray is really big on Twitch, cooking, chatting. She's a really nice person. She's really smart. I haven't watched her on Twitch, but I was impressed with her many years ago. What did you get the laptop for? So I could have a computer that I can take with me when I travel? I'm also running the wrong benchmark, so now I have to do it. Why on earth would you make... All right. There's my clock. I'm going to do a 30-second just for kicks. This is crazy fast. It was after the game, KVD. But the mistake is that I'm not going to remember at any point, and the move isn't going to make any sense as a suggestion. Yep. Wow. I was so far behind on time. I mean, I just can't do a 30-second game. That's just nuts. But just joined the stream. Long time listener, never called any show. Awesome. Well, welcome. Part of me wants to play some Isaac, but part of me needs to get this benchmarking done on the new laptop. How's the new laptop going? Well, it's literally just running the first benchmarks after finishing updating Windows. I've only had it for an hour and a half. For those who aren't aware, I bought a Razer Blade 15 and it came with a cracked screen. I sent it back. I got a replacement Razer Blade that had massive graphic problems and performance issues that over a couple of weeks of dealing with their tech support, they just ended up telling me working as expected. So, which is it's bullshit. And so I'll be putting together a video chronicling all this and showing this because I've already proven them wrong. I bought a Dell laptop yesterday. Unfortunately, the battery on it was a brick. So I returned it and I don't trust their process. So now I have an MSI with an RTX 3060 and we'll be running the benchmarks on it and doing all that testing. But I don't want to get distracted by trying to do an Isaac run. But I'm not going to play Doom Eternal. Well, you just recommended items that I don't actually use for testing. I tend to stick with 3D Mark, PC Mark for most of my benchmarking. I know there's issues with it. I'm just getting a baseline on a clean machine so that I can set a restore point. But I am the former lead engineer for Dell's workstation motherboards, so I do know a little bit about what I'm doing. Let's see. Any interest in having a discussion with Slava Zizik? Nope. I guess I'll play some more chess while I'm waiting for this benchmark to run. I barely know who Zizek is, let alone I've never paid attention to him. I've never read anything by him. So how could there possibly be any interest in having a discussion with someone that I don't know and barely know of? Okay, we're not doing 30 second. We'll do 1-1. Oh, you want a COVID update? I'll do a COVID update right after this game. Hmm. I'd like you to get out of my inner space here. Thank you. I'd like you to keep moving your queen around. Since you went to all the trouble to pull that queen out early, I'd like to chase it around the board and make it go try to be one with the world. Interesting. I won on time. Just paid my Comcast bill for $9.95 internet. See what you get when you get old. Senior rates. Wow, that's pretty good. That's what she said. Sorry, haha. Okay. I didn't want to break your concentration. God bless you, Delonte. Okay, thanks. Um, yeah, let's see what I can get set up here for y'all. I'm not going to change the cropping on this, so it'll But here we are at worldometers.info with information on the coronavirus. First of all, worldwide, we're at 152 million plus and a half cases, 3.2 million deaths. And so the 7-day moving average worldwide has been climbing again. It dropped like at the end of February, but it's been climbing again, in part, I'm betting, because of India for new cases. And similarly, the 7-day moving death rate has been climbing as well. But we did pretty good, or we were on a good trajectory until the end of March, and that's when India started hitting. But we've been, awful for well over a year everywhere. When you get to the sorting by total cases, the U.S. is number one. We're number one. More cases than anybody. Doesn't matter what your population is. We got more because, we had fucking Trump and a bunch of maggots. But India's catching up. And while the U.S. has got 11,000 new cases today, actually, let's just go to yesterday because it's easier. So, yeah, the U.S. is having about almost 60,000 cases a day, whereas India is up to 400,000 cases a day. And, slow reporting. But the total cases per million, so per capita, Andorra's doing the worst. And look at these states that aren't reporting anything. All right. Oops, there we go. But the USA population is only 330 million, whereas India's population is a little over 1 billion more. Let's take a look at the USA, where we have 33 million cases, and we're closing in on 600,000 deaths. The current death rate for closed cases is 2.24%. That could get down even more. But yeah, right now, of all closed cases in the United States, 2.24% have died. California's got the most cases, followed by Texas, Florida, but they also have the largest population. So you want to adjust these by population. So what you want is total cases per million population. And that's where you see that actually North Dakota's the worst per capita, followed by Rhode Island, South Dakota, Iowa, Tennessee, Utah, Arizona, Nebraska, Oklahoma, South Carolina, etc. So that's when we adjust per population. And it's a strange thing to do because North Dakota is not exactly a touristy place. So if you're that bad on per capita in North Dakota, that means you pretty much did fuck all. And South Dakota, probably just a Sturgis. Now, this is my favorite graph. It's animated. And if you go back to June 1st, 2020, this is cases per million. And they're colored for each state by whether the state is very Democratic, slightly Democratic, even, slightly Republican, very Republican. And if we go, I'm not going to play this animation, but you'll see what happens is that the red ones bubble to the top, and they're all exceeding the green, which is the United States national average. Whoops. And we continue all the way out here to April 29th, 2021. That's where we're at right now. Whoops. Rhode Island is the only Democratic state in the top 15 or so. It's really peculiar, and I think it's because it's so small that its numbers are likely to bounce around quite a bit once we adjust, per million per capita. But look at all the red on the most cases per capita. Then let's go to fewest cases. And look, the U.S. average, there's only 5 Republican states that are below the U.S. average for infections per capita. The best states, Hawaii, Vermont. Hawaii should get a pass. I mean, yes, it's touristy, but it's isolated. But Vermont, Oregon, Maine, Washington, Maryland, New Hampshire, Virginia, Connecticut. I mean, It's not even close. It's like if I turn this on and set the background to black, this would be a red nightlight, and this would be a blue nightlight. So yeah, it's a hot, hot mess. Let me catch up on chat. Hey Matt, have strong feelings on crypto one way or the other. I don't have strong feelings on crypto other than generally speaking, I have no crypto and I have no interest in crypto. I understand you can create a fiat money system out of anything, but I don't follow it. It's not my thing. Do you think Harris somewhat defending Dawkins is an utter mistake? Do you accept that sometimes you just to help your friends, heroes, even if they sometimes look like idiots? No. I'm not going to say that my friends aren't wrong when they're wrong. Yes, I think it was a mistake on Harris's part, but, you know, he's entitled to his opinion. Plus, even I did a whole show about it, and it wasn't calling for Dawkins' removal from everything or anything. I think the American Humanist Association was right, or within their rights, and probably wise to revoke that award. I think they should have revoked the award from several other people, as has been pointed out as well. But no, it's pathetic that Dawkins, instead of apologizing or correcting, doubled down, and a bunch of rich white guys sided with him. Evidently, it's far bigger concern that he had an award revoked than that we get good information out about trans people and trans rights. And then not only did he double down, but also he posted again, linking to more trans stuff just like yesterday. But do you think India could start a new worldwide pandemic? If it mutates, potentially, yeah. India dropped its lockdown recently. It had elections, and now it's back in the chart. I'm glad I didn't see that BS in the U.S. Yep. West Virginia will now give you a $100 savings bond if you get a shot. That's nice. I'd like to see people, you know, all the people who are concerned about having a vaccine passport, which I think is a great idea. I carry mine around with me everywhere. But I'd like to see, you know, hey, you get a 10% discount off tacos or whatever if you have your vaccine passport and you're fully vaccinated. Would you compromise with your parents and go to church even if you're a non-believer? I've gone to church countless times as a non-believer. I've gone with my parents. I've gone on my own to just check out. I have no problem with going to a church. I wouldn't go and pretend, but I'll go and take notes. It's always about IQ, and no, it's not about race. It's about idiots being idiots. That has nothing to do. So first of all, IQ is a measure of how good you are at taking an IQ test. And it has nothing to do with how informed you are on, I don't know. I'm not a fan of IQ. I'm from India, and based on my personal experience, I think India is one of the Floridas of the world. Probably. Could you link that animated graph in chat? Didn't get the URL down in time. Sure. Audio could be slightly boosted. I think if there's an audio problem, it's an audio problem on your end, I suspect, considering I can see exactly where I'm hitting a decibel meter. One of the problems is that my mic's over here and I was turned over here going this way. And so that might have been an issue with it as well, especially when I'm over here looking at the laptop that's running this because the microphone's here. But I'll put this audio set up against anybody on Twitch. Sorry to barge in so hard. I just logged into the stream. Cryptocurrencies are not fiat money systems made out of nothing. They are made out of massive energy use, and that's to be considered. Sorry, but that's still a fiat money usage. You're just arbitrarily deciding, oh, it's made out of energy use. Okay, but there's no reason that should have a particular value. It's no more of a a concrete foundation than, anything else. I mean, I get it that there's math and there's time and energy usage and trying to figure out some kind of value, but it's still a fiat money system. It's only ever worth what it's worth to anybody else. Whereas I'll just stop. You meant it as a downside, not an upside. Oh yeah. Like the money, for many of them, the money that's spent trying to farm a Bitcoin or whatever, the energy requirements are going to exceed its value. I get it. Is there a tracker of the percent vaccinated? There is. Google will actually pull up. Well, I don't see the Google one that I saw the other day. It's decent when he talks in that spot, was too quiet and further away. Yep, that's what's happened when I'm working on a laptop and not just sitting here playing a game or talking, where I can just keep going this way. Thanks for the answer on crypto. I'm having a hard time finding unbiased sources on Bitcoins. I'm not an unbiased source, and I have zero expertise. Anybody listening to me about anything financial is being as stupid as the people who wanted to listen to Rogan about health stuff or whether or not they should get the vaccine. I've heard he backed down on that, but got one benchmark almost done. And then I have to launch or install and launch a couple other benchmarks. And then we'll do some more testing with the system. But yeah. Rogan is a decent curmudgeon, but he's dumb as fuck, so don't listen to him. I think that if that was supposed to be a comedian, I disagree that he's a decent comedian. He wasn't anywhere near as popular as a comedian as he is as a podcaster, but I try to watch like the last couple of his things, and if Rogan is transphobic and problematic and into the UFC machismo stuff, and a lot of that makes it into, his views make it into his stand-up, and so I find it often sexist, transphobic, all kinds of problems. Don't get me wrong, he's said funny things, and is a better comedian than many. But yeah, I have no interest in anything that Rogan says, and his show is basically a platform for him to spout his mouth off about shit he knows nothing about, and have a bunch of people on from all different viewpoints that don't get challenged or called out on stuff. And I just realized I need to order food badly. Oh, what do I want? What do I want? It's been a while since I've done pizza. Louisiana is so good, but there's too much food for me to get. Baffles that viewership is 82 and there's not at least one or two zeros after it. You talking about viewership here on my Twitch? That's because I don't tell people. I didn't post anywhere that I was going live. Um, I mean, if I turned this into a thing where it would be like hey, I'm going live for a Q&A on Twitch and post it out on Twitter and Facebook, okay, well, there'd be a lot more people in here. But a lot of people who follow me don't know anything about Twitch, don't care about anything about Twitch. And I stream at odd times. I don't have a set schedule. I don't have a set game. It all just depends on what mood I'm in. I need something. I don't want it to take forever, and I don't want it to be crazy heavy or expensive. So I'm gonna order a mod pizza. It's been a while since I've ordered from them. Let's see. Red sauce. Go. Mozz and feta. Black olives, mushrooms, a little red onion. And while it's tempting, I will not finish it off with a balsamic fig glaze, but that just doesn't sound like pizza to me. It sounds yummy, but it doesn't sound like pizza to me. Okay, and boom, place order. All right, so the first benchmark is done. I've now ordered lunch. Let me get caught up on chat. There were a lot of people here when you streamed the electoral debate. Yeah. We did pretty good on that. I enjoy it. Don't turn off. All right. Perfect pizza, peanut butter, pepperoni, pineapple. I'll pass. There you go. It still said that atheists eat babies. A little bit. Are there any really good resources you can point me to for learning about logic, debate, and philosophy? Well, maybe the Atheist Debates Patreon project. And there I listed books and other things. All right, let me check this. Here, let me move my mic just a smidge. It says PC Mark benchmark. Let me save that screenshot. All right. Okay, I am almost ready to start writing the second thing. I might just keep playing some chess. I won't pretend to be good at it, but we'll leave it there and keep doing some chess. Let's see. All right. So after this one's done, I'll look up the other one. We're not. Oh, there's a challenge. I didn't even see the challenge. Nobody said they were challenging me. So. damn it. Oh, I just moved away. I just moved away the only guard. God, that was so stupid. No, not another one. I need to deal with this thing that's making fucking noise over here. All right, let's see. Good game. Sorry, I screwed that up. Oh my God, you're the debate the Bible dude. Yes. Oh my God, which God? I don't know. Ask Maddie. Thanks. There you go. All right. Try this again. See if I can get back up over 1,000 again. Was it close to 1,100 in bullet? Can I castle short and make this easy for me? Yeah, you are. Checkmate. Let's see. You're like a celeb. Okay. Maybe somewhere. Good to see you on Twitch. I've been here for like 6 or 7 years, so good for you to find me on Twitch. By the way, I got my approval to be a celeb, whatever it is, on Cameo. So for the people who are wanting me to, I'll pay you to say happy birthday, record a birthday video for somebody. I should be set up on Cameo sometime next week. So I posted a request and they replied to me the other day. So I just haven't had time because of broken fucking laptops. Anything you won't say? Yes, there's loads of things I won't say. And I'm going to have to go through the whole process of figuring out, when certain types of, I'm not going to say anything racist, bigoted, hateful, anything like that. All right, let's try again. The benchmark's still running. Wow. I'm stunned. Yep, I'll just resign. All right, so that benchmark finished. Successfully. Let me snip that. I need to check Binding of Isaac real quick. Okay, I need to do one quick test over here. Uh-oh. Well, now this is really interesting. The thing that I proved Razer wrong about is happening on this MSI laptop as well. I'm a much older school first-person shooter player. I didn't really play first-person shooters from in the 2002 to, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I played the Doom games that came out and the single-player stuff, but the multiplayer stuff is dead. I mean, Doom Eternal didn't even really ship with multiplayer, not deathmatch. I mean, they tried to come up with some new game, which I'm not impressed by. But now, this thing's running at half speed on battery here when it wasn't on the Dell laptop. So now we have something absolutely weird where what they told me was working as intended is working the same way on one laptop and not on another. And so it may just be that there's a you are benchmarking on battery, not mains. Okay. I did all of the benchmark tests plugged into power. I'm specifically testing performance on battery because that was the problem. I didn't benchmark on battery. I'm running Binding of Isaac on battery and comparing the in-game clock, which runs at half speed. So the game runs at half speed on battery compared to when it's plugged in. Razer told me this is working as expected because when you turn off the RTX and use the integrated Intel HD card, that's the performance you'll get. But then when the Dell that I had yesterday that I tested on worked just fine on battery power, right up to the point where the battery, died and had to be returned. But it doesn't make sense for this game from 2016, which runs fine on other laptops. So there's something about with the Razer and the MSI, and I'm wondering if they're actually using the same integrated HD. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be doing any heavy duty gaming except when it's plugged in. But I don't like the fact that I get half performance. And well, it's unplayable is what it is on battery. By half speed, do you mean the game is running at lower frame rates or is the game running at the wrong speed? I mean that the in-game clock, for every 1 second that passes in-game, 2 seconds pass in reality. Everything is running at half speed in Binding of Isaac on battery. You can't come in hours into a stream and weeks into the tech support thing and start tech supporting from scratch. Can you show me? Apologies if I missed it. Can I show you what? Yes, when you go to battery power, it shuts off the RTX card because they require more power. Can you show me? What would I need to show you? I just described it. There's an in-game clock, and every second that ticks by takes 2 seconds. I'm not going to hold the laptop up to the camera. All right. I'm just going to be done now. I'm going to go experiment with some stuff, do some testing. If it's only a problem with that game, okay, whatever. But also, the battery, despite being plugged in and not much of anything is running, it's just stuck at 91%. Got a bunch of stuff to potentially set up. Anyway, I got food coming. I'm going to go take the laptop and always had issues with playing Isaac on laptops. Yeah, it's entirely possible there could be a problem with the game, but random Googling shows many people have this issue with the game. Developer needs to fix it. And it's just so strange that the one game that I chose to test with is the one where there's a problem with the game, which would have been fine if we could have worked that out with Razer, but instead I got crappy support. So anyway, I'm going to go eat and work on the laptop. I'll catch you all later. Don't forget to tune into the line today in like 4 hours and watch the Transatlantic Call-In show. It's a subtle issue for first line support. Yes, but I did first line, second line, second line, second line, and then they told me it was working as expected. Then I went and got another laptop and tested it and showed that it wasn't working as expected. And now I've got yet another laptop, which suggests that maybe it is working as expected and we have an intermittent issue. But none of them were able to track this down. So I've done 10 times the work at troubleshooting this. I have the email saying it's their tier 2 tech support and all that other stuff. Who's the guest tomorrow on AXP? I don't know. Is there a guest tomorrow? I don't even know if I'm on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it's me and Dave Warnock. So there we go. Me and Dave Warnock tomorrow, and then me and Ian Rowland on the 9th. So, all right. We'll catch you all later. Thanks.